Well, ladies and gentlemen, you guys should have, at least the right-wingers, should have honestly really believed Donald Trump when he said that he was going to defy the Constitution and get rid of it, including the Fifth Amendment, which gives us our legal, rightful, lawful due process rights. Why do I say that? Well, let's just take a look at this brand new reporting by MSNBC. The article is titled A man was sent to El Salvador due to administrative error, despite protected legal status, filings show. And ladies and gentlemen, that article reads, the United States government accidentally deported a man to El Salvador due to an administrative error, landing him in a notorious mega mega jail, leaving him stuck there in legal limbo, according to papers filed on Monday. Kilmar Abrego Garcia came to the U.S. in 2011 from El Salvador and is a legal resident protected by a 2019 2019 court order that prevented him from being sent back to his home country. This is another one of Donald Trump's lawlessness battles, which is honestly, if you ask me, ladies and gentlemen, this was not an administrative error problem, quote, that Donald Trump had ICE deport Mr. Garcia. But I'm going to leave that up to you guys to decide. Let's get back into the video. But in court papers filed Monday, the government admitted that on March 15, although ICE was aware of his protection from removal to El Salvador, Abrego Garcia was removed to El Salvador because of an administrative error. Garcia lives in Maryland with his wife and 5-year-old child who is autistic and intellectually disabled. The couple both work full-time. The filing says this incident was first reported by The Atlantic. Garcia's deportation comes as President Donald Trump's administration continues to deport hundreds of people to El Salvador. Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, that him and his administration, him being Donald Trump, is illegally deporting people to El Salvador, despite a lawful, legal, binding court order from Judge Boasberg, Boasberg, and the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals upholding and affirming that ruling. Let's get back into the article. Many of them from Venezuela, and almost all bound for the maximum security terrorist confinement center known by its Spanish acronym CECOT. The deportation appears to coincide with the March 15 departure of 3 plane loads of people to El Salvador. Lawyers for some of those who were deported said they were falsely accused of gang affiliations because of their tattoos. Garcia's wife, Jennifer Vasquez Sura, and their legal team filed a lawsuit in the U.S. District Court in Maryland last week, calling for Secretary of State Kristi Noem to ensure his return to the U.S. and for the government to stop paying El Salvador to keep him in prison. In its filing on Monday, the government said that the U.S. courts don't have jurisdiction to seek his release. Salvadorian government images show crowds of men with shaven heads being marched by masked guards inside the largest jail in Latin America. The government, however, alleges that Garcia was an active member of the criminal gang MS-13, citing an unidentified informant at a 2019 bond hearing. Garcia's lawyers strenuously deny this and claim the government has never provided an iota of evidence to support this unfounded allegation. Garcia left El Salvador to escape violence. His lawyers say after gangsters threatened to kill him in an attempt to extort his parents. They do not deny that they had no legal authority to send him there. There is a judicial process. They could have gone back to the judge who in 2019 gave him an order to protect, order of protection, and could have asked that judge to lift that order. However, my editorial edition, they didn't do that. They just put him on a plane. Sandoval Marschenberg added. So, yet again, ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump illegally and unconstitutionally is doing whatever the hell he wants, despite a lower court ruling and a high circuit court of appeals ruling, affirming and upholding the lower court's ruling. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? I'm gonna, like I said earlier in the video, leave it up to you guys. Do you guys think it was a, quote, administrative error? Honestly, if you want my opinion, no, the hell it was not an administrative error. If you guys remember from this quote from one of the lawyers, this is why Garcia fled El Salvador. Garcia left El Salvador to escape gang violence. His lawyers say after gangsters threatened to kill him in an attempt to extort his parents. Well, ladies and gentlemen, one thing I can tell you from this video that I'm getting is that if Garcia dies in this prison, we know that is sure going to be because of the Trump administration and Donald Trump's lawlessness, which will be the third victim and individual that has died within Donald Trump's hands and his presidency. His quote-unquote illegal presidency. That is going to do it for today's legal breaking reporting, ladies and gentlemen. If you did enjoy this legal breaking reporting by MSNBC, please do feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe, and enjoy. If you did enjoy this video and want to see more, please do feel free to hit the bell icon that is right next to the subscribe button below on the right hand side of the screen, like it said below. Another way you guys can stay up to date on the legal matters and when I post a brand new legal breaking reporting is by following me on my social medias that I'll have linked down below in the video description below. Lastly, ladies and gentlemen, please help me reach and achieve the goal of 150 plus subscribers. The reason why I'm saying 150 plus subscribers is because right after we reach and achieve the goal of 150 subscribers, we have more subscribers to reach and achieve right after we reach and achieve the goal of 150 subscribers. Until my next reporting, ladies and gentlemen, please stay positive, stay safe, and know that justice will prevail on the correct side of the law, despite Donald Trump and his illegal administrations and Elon Musk's illegal, unconstitutional behavior and illegal and unconstitutional executive orders.